to the SorareAndrews show, where we talk fantasy football, but you never know. We'll start with the game, but we'll soon go straight on topic discussions that we play. We'll analyze the themes, the formation and goals, but in no time we'll digress. You on the roll, talking about our favorite foods and the shows we've seen. Our opinions aloud, and our voices on me. It's the SorareAndrews show. Anything goes, from betting football to rock and roll. We may start with the pitch, but it's just a small part. We'll venture off topic, let the conversation spark. It's the SorareAndrews show.
Hello and welcome in to the SorareAndrews show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare, joined as always by Andy Black on Sorare, who said just before, boy, there's some, what did you call them? What did you call these comments in the live chat, Andy?
I did not use the M word.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I did not
Correct.
use the M word. That would be a Seanism for sure.
But it sounds like it was in the neighborhood.
Maybe.
I haven't read any of them yet, so I'm excited to see if we agree on the non-M word about them. Anyway, let's see. Milkrain, Rude, and Daniel on the podium. I think that is a new podium that we haven't seen yet. So congratulations to you three. You have lots to say, and we'll get to them in a second, but I just want to, welcome everyone else in. Sorare Strats, Tom Brimson, Stefan. Would you pronounce this as Frazzy or Fraxy?
Fraxy.
All right, just check.
Yeah.
Just check.
It's like Pranksy's like long lost brother or something.
Ooh, okay. We've got a ghost here with a question that I bet we don't really talk about anyway.
Hey, real quick, Laird, you know why we won't talk about it? Because we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like maybe we will talk about it. Mikey Bastin, Sorare Malta, Ryan Dino, Major NFT, Tuggy. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Oops, Sorare Burrow, Nils, everyone's here. Love it. Andy, do you have other people asked you about this YNWA situation?
Yes.
So I have also been asked, why do people think we know anything?
Right. I think I will say I think that there's I don't think it's as clear as just like, oh, he did everything and gave it to another user, and I think that there's something much more complex involving Blackpool in some way, but I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to say anything because
this is the internet. We can't just say whatever we want, all right, and just make stuff up.
No, we can as long as we're typing it.
Oh,
but then when we speak it, we have to make sure that we're, speaking facts. Yeah.
Okay. So so if you want, head over to Twitter, or maybe that's the new Blue Sky content that we're all looking for.
Yeah.
How about that? Anyway, Milkrain, if rewards are the only fun you are getting out of Sorare, then I'm worried for you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. All righty. Rude me a few days ago. Oh, the international break's coming up. Maybe time to mentally step away from Sorare a bit. Also me, 3 podiums on Sorare data streams and now waiting for one to start in 7 hours. We love to see it. And Daniel said, if your fun depends on you winning, you don't actually enjoy the game. The SO11 conversation yesterday showed me how differently I seem to view the game than most. And nothing beats a Sorare data stream podium. There are plenty of things that beat that. But congratulations on yours.
Like what?
Like actually winning a podium on Sorare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorare Strats, I enjoy the game regardless of rewards. Always loved FPL, which has 0 rewards. Not true. Keychains and PS5s. And I love Sorare a lot more with even just a chance to win some.
You're also like playing with real money on Sorare and not on FPL.
Sometimes, is it real money? Is it? Maybe we shouldn't get in that conversation. I'm no economist or whatever. Tom said, not sure of the meaning behind the stream title, but disagree with the sentiment of chatters before me. The main reason I play Sorare or any game is to win. Getting a reward generally means you've won. Getting a reward isn't the only way to win, of course. I won last game week by selling Joe Gauchi, who I bought in anticipation of a price rise, but it's by far the most common way to win. How do we feel about all of those comments, Andy?
I don't even know what a Joe Gauchi is, but good for you. Good for you. Well done.
I think that's a handbag.
Hindbag. Yeah. A Joe
Gauchi?
Gauchi.
Yeah, it's like a luxury hindbag.
Sure.
Daniel said, Tom. I don't know why I'm reading. There's a conversation between Daniel and Tom. It almost feels like we're lurking in it. But anyway, we all want to win, but many seem to not like the process of the game, like building their gallery and lineups, strategizing, etc., because they seem to hate it here when they are not winning. Andy, do you hate it here when you're not winning?
No.
Yeah.
I want to win, but I don't hate it here. Here's what I hate, and this is gonna be the entire where you're going with the conversation. I hate it when I win and I don't win.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about. Let's go. Fraxi said, we obviously can't expect to win something big every single time, which I don't think anyone does. But it is a big difference between winning something and nothing. I really thought that was going to say something and something, but oh well. Look at this. Jens, member since August 2023 and watched every episode, but first time live, Andy. Look at that. Thank you, Jens. Mike, I did not forget the poll. All right. That's a weird thing to clip out. Anyway. And Mike said he just tweaked his hamstring dancing to the theme song. Andy, I found out today that Tuggy skips it.
He would.
He would,
totally
right?
would.
Right.
Totally would.
So Keith, like Psycho Keith with his 2x speed, I will say the song still a banger at 2x speed. 1.5. I actually never even tried 2x. Anyway. Sorry, I was trying to catch up on the chat. All right, Andy, what did you mean by you don't hate it here, but you don't like it when you win something? But what was it? But you don't win something?
No, I hate it when I win. But I don't even know what I said.
I don't remember either.
Yeah,
it was at least 45 seconds ago. So
yeah. The brain rot is kicking in.
Yeah.
But when you win, but you don't actually win.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like you podium and you end up winning a tier 3 super rare that's worth $8 because he doesn't start or he doesn't play, or that's the I think annoying thing.
Is it
you podium? You should get something that's good, right?
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
It feels like there are a lot of places that you should win something that feels good, and there are fewer places that actually end up feeling good. Like the one time, like the last reward that I was psyched to win was because I was looking to buy the card, but I won it anyway.
Yeah.
But it was also a $50 card for finishing first in a rare competition. And not to say that it's all about value, but that felt pretty low for first place.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even really where I was going with the conversation.
What division were you in, by the way?
2.
2. Yeah.
2. In contender.
Okay. Yeah.
Now everyone's like, oh yeah, just stop bitching about it. Yeah, no, I get it.
That's fair.
Salverin 1111 said winning was more fun prior to the nerf. The random card from a rivals box was great. I think that's what started it. And the example that I remember was somebody in Harry's community Discord was like, I just won Sokka from a rivals box and it's my first pro card. Like, what do I do now? And I was like, should we really be giving out that in a free-to-play game? And I think I've gone back and forth on how much you should give out in a free-to-play game. Sure. Because I get it that like you want people to come in and like, hey, look at the cool stuff you can win. And I feel like there have been people for years who are like, stop doing that. Stop giving the good stuff to the free people. Give it to us, the pros. Mm-hmm. And I was never really that passionate about it, but I started to feel that way a little bit with that Sokka. And then it felt like they decided to just kill it for everybody, because obviously that was a user who didn't like, if they didn't have any pro cards, then they were playing Rivals like totally free. Whereas you and I play Rivals, and some games we play with common cards, but like other games we play with our worthless super rares. You probably throw in some uniques in Rivals. And I feel like maybe we should be rewarded for that. But ultimately this comes back to everybody was really excited about Rivals, and everyone was trying, like, I had people trying to get me to join their squad, and they're like, squads are so fun. And people were talking about, oh, do we really have to everyone enter this last game, or do we avoid it? And then they cut the rewards, and it's just absolute crickets on Rivals right now.
Yeah, I think there's, even if you're giving them away to free to play people, I think the rewards have to be there. I hate to say that, but you could even cap it. You know, maybe you don't give away the stars there, but tier 1s or something, tier 1s and down. I think I said this to Harry the other day. I was just like, it's the classic, the first taste is free, sort of, like a drug dealer type of thing.
Sure.
You got it. Yeah. You didn't need the explanation. But yeah, I think that that's kind of a good aspect of it. I know people that play Rivals, and they've not entirely quit, but they've really stopped playing as hard as they used to, because it's like, what can I even win here? What's the point?
And that's, I feel like, creeping into pro. Like, that's part of the reason why we see all these people who are either talking about being bored or trying to fix every problem on the platform that they see. And I think it's because the top priority reward fixing has been a top priority for like 3 years.
I mean, I see people talking about fixing all these crazy things on the platform and talking about essence and this and that and whatever. Can we just fix the reward pools? Like, just start there. Get those right.
Why do you think they haven't? Like, I can't.
It's not a priority. They don't care. I don't know. I don't know.
This show isn't meant to be like crapping on them for not fixing the rewards, but I think there's a disconnect between why Sorare thinks we have fun and why we have fun. And obviously the getting rewards that what turned out to be too good to be true. And everyone was like, this is awesome. And then they cut them, and everyone's like, oh, this is a bummer. And it doesn't feel like they realize the change, or they're like, oh, people aren't happy now. I wonder why. And it's like, well, you made a big change to the rewards, and you didn't fix the ones that were broken before. And so now people are upset. And I just feel like the response is kind of like, you were just saying a couple weeks ago how fun this was.
Yeah. Well, and then also when you nerf something, like the way you nerf essence and the rewards pools are bad. Now you work your ass off and you get all this essence, and you go and craft something. Maybe you craft a higher tier or whatever, and you end up with a guy that just doesn't play. It's like, what is this even for? Like, what am I doing?
Like, that's kind of like going back to one of the comments before with like, winning isn't the only part of the game, like strategizing and building your lineups. And it's like, but all of that.
I agree with all that.
Me too. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That part is fun. Agreed.
But all of that is so we can win cool rewards.
Right.
And if that's not at the end of the road, like Andy just said, what are we even doing?
Yeah.
And I know people have complained about reward pools for years, and I haven't been like an apologist about it, but I haven't been that passionate about it.
They were never, rewards pools in the past have never been as bad as they are now.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
I mean, you just said it on the internet, so you must think it's true.
I said it out loud. I didn't type
You're right.
it.
You're right. You didn't type it. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Whew.
Which is a crazy statement, seeing as we should be at the most mature
Yeah.
point in the platform in its existence. And I think it's harder now, but that's not an excuse for them. It's harder now with more teams, more players, more variables. DNPs involved now, right? Which I think that they were the closest to being perfect. And we've talked about this before, right before they introduced the DNPs. When they introduced the DNPs, that's when shit hit the fan.
I think the argument surely now is like they can't take them out now because there's just not enough non.
Oh, I'm not advocating for that either. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. Can we just be a little smarter about it? The Tadic thing this week, I feel like is something that had happened previously. Not and what was worse about, or maybe it wasn't worse. I don't even know. Both were bad. But this has happened before where there was like one outlier transaction and then a player all of a sudden moved up to tier 1 when they should be tier 5. And I feel like the last one was a K-League guy. And they were like, oh yeah. And whoever it was got a swap. And it was like, okay, our bad.
Sure.
But it then happened again with Tadic now, where I don't know for sure that the reason Tadic all of a sudden became the top reward on Sorare.
You know why.
I don't know. I don't know, Andy, but I'm pretty sure I know. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, and I will also add that Tadic has been removed from the player pool now, from like the tier pool everywhere. But his hollows sold recently. This is and you could even argue this is the most unique Tadic on the platform because there are no other hollow Tadics. It is a limited card though. It sold for just under $1,000 when other in-season Tadics were selling for $9. God, $9, really? Anyway. So this is the most expensive limited card on the platform right now. I don't think there are any other, like, is Yamal $1,000 in limited? 10 times less.
Can't
8 times less. So the idea is like, how does that happen? And it was like, all right, well, reward tiers are based on values. And if Tadic has a value now of $900, like, yeah, he's the best. How this slips through again is baffling. Absolutely baffling. Now, I think Sorare kind of, I was going to say hide behind the fact, but it's not hiding. They've been very clear that like reward pools can change throughout the week, which is understandable and also a bit frustrating. But they corrected it, but I don't know if they would have corrected it had everybody not seen it and been like, wait, why is Dusan Tadic ahead of Lamine Yamal? And those are the things that people want fixed.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that like you can manipulate that so easily is crazy. Like I assume I could list I don't know, Sven Coombs for 1 ETH, and if you bought it, he's at the top of the reward pool now. Is that right?
Tadic?
Is that no Sven Coombs?
Oh,
I assume he would go to the top of the reward pool if he sold for an ETH, right?
I think it would. I think he would automatically go to the top. It's just a matter of whether they, like, I don't know if they have any checks on it or not. And we happen to see Tadic like in between the time that he went to first and their check hadn't been done. Like maybe they check once a day, and in a few hours.
You really think they check once a day?
I don't know.
You think they check them at all?
I was gonna say I don't know if they check. We don't know. The only thing we know is when the last time it was updated, and like I'm trying. Am I even entered in anything that's paying cards these days? Stupid international break. Are there cards in this in All-Star? Oh, here we go. All right. So so last updated yesterday at 2:30 p.m. my time, which I assume was to remove Tadic. But yeah, I mean, so there they are. Players are eligible to change tiers until the game week closes.
Right, because of secondary market sales.
Could be primary market.
Sure.
But yeah. I think they used to lock them, didn't they? And they decided to change this because of players moving down, not up. And then it was like, oh, okay. Here it is.
Yeah.
He said we should probably check whilst we can. All right. I mean, these all seem like stars to me.
So the Tadic thing though was obviously
sorry to cut you off there.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually infuriated me because there was a time when Mbappe was a tier 1 and Danny Olmo was a star. And I think Danny Olmo's a star is because he had a last sale of $392, and then Ilkay Gundogan bought the instant buy at $636. And now Danny Olmo is a star.
Nice.
Like, how furious are you if you win this as a star? And
I wouldn't be mad at Sorare. I'd be mad at Gundogan. Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
Have to get
Sorry, I cut you off
in
before
this next
there.
video.
Oh, wait, we were supposed to keep looking.
What I was going to say about Tadic though was like that was obviously like a manual removal, right? Because he's not in any reward pool now. He's not in tier 1s or anything.
He's nowhere.
Yeah, just search the internet for Tadic.
The whole internet, yeah. Not in star. Not in tier 1. Look at Lewandowski in tier 2. Yeah, he's gone. Which I actually think is okay that they just removed it. Because they're just like, we have no idea where it goes.
What's your thoughts on maybe pull that screen back up? What's your thoughts on guys like Gibbs White and Iwobi being in the same reward pool as, scroll down,
El Bilal Torre?
I mean, just like go to the bottom of the list and there's going to be people that are just so far different. Like, I don't know. So, I don't know who's Sebastian Corchia.
I believe he takes set pieces actually for Amiens.
It was a bad one to pick then.
Yeah, it was. Carlos Vicente is kind of a beast too. It is a humongous tier.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the little, if you can see the thing on the right side.
I can, yeah.
Scroller.
It's a tiny dot.
It's a tiny dot. Do you think more tiers confuses people though?
I don't know.
Like if we had 10 tiers, do you have any idea what you're getting with a tier 8?
That's a good point, Laird. It's a good point.
I mean, I think what a lot of people don't truly grasp is that the player pool is just one giant list.
Sure.
And it's just wherever
It chomps it at some point.
Right. And so it's funny to me when people are like, oh man, I dropped out of tier 1 and now I'm in tier 2. And it's like, well, you might have gotten Diego Conde here as the last tier 1. And instead you're getting Lewandowski as the top tier 2. And it's like, they're literally just, it's one name after the other.
You know, Scosmo said this before, but what would your thoughts on them just getting rid of tiers? Because it sort of removes expectations a little bit, right?
And doing what though?
Well, instead of being like, look at this crappy tier 2 I won, you would just be like, look at this crappy card I won.
And we just don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, at what point how far down the standings do you go before you're like, I should get a good card or I shouldn't get a good card? I don't like that, no. Yeah.
I think that's exactly what they do, Tuggy. Top X percenter stars.
That's exactly what they do.
X%, yeah.
Yeah. It's so, but like, the problem is not on where the lines are.
Right.
The problem is the order of the cards. Excuse me, the order of the players on.
That's how they evaluate them. Their evaluation is flawed.
Right.
because clearly they're involving this secondary market stuff.
So it's funny because we get a ton of feedback from users that we should include private offers in like the averages.
Right.
And our pushback is always that, like, outlier public transactions tend not to happen that much. Private ones do. Like, they happen a lot.
Yeah. What would Tadic's average cost be now?
Like, without that one,
you don't have to do the math. I'm just making a point. Like, it would be much higher than $9.
yes. I looked it up here, but like we don't even have it because we just use the public. So like you see this huge outlier. Is that even a public offer? Oh, it was public. Somehow we've removed it, I guess. So maybe I'll give them credit because it was a public offer, not private. They just scammed it in public.
What's the difference between a public offer and a...
Public offer means it was posted on the secondary market and somebody bought it for that price. And a private means like a offer was sent back, probably usually for less.
Right.
And that's what's accepted. Tuggy said, just have it off the auctions except for super rare and uniques. The problem with that, Tuggy, is that we've run out of auctions, at least for rare. Like there are some players who haven't had an auction in 2 weeks. And then like, what do you do?
But limiteds do still.
Yeah, you're right. And that was a suggestion that I heard plenty of people use, like just use the limited averages, which this is a limited one right here with Tadic. But it does seem like that's the most liquid. Like, and it also, it's the ones that people have the most problems with are the ones that have fallen in the last 2 weeks or 1 week. And the issue with the way that, which I think they do it, which is based on scarcity. So they'll take the rare, like Tadic limited may have been a star. I don't know if the rare one was, but the problem, particularly now with auctions, is that there are just not that many of them for the new European cards because they sold most of them. And so now they're using values from like 2 weeks ago. And when a guy gets hurt, nobody's buying the card.
No.
So it's still, you're just like, oh no, he's $500. Look at the last sale. And you're like, because nobody's stupid enough to buy him. Kusche said it's easy to avoid mistakes like Tadic, just eliminate these out of order sales. But you have to, like, what defines an out of order sale?
Or you just do primary market only, right?
You could, but again, like you have to do it with limited cards. Like you would have to use the limited market to decide what rares, super rares, and uniques.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another perspective of using primary market as well is like, if there's no sales data, if Sorare is not selling that card, then I don't want to win it. You know.
Somebody won who was it? It might have been Marcolele. Won the first, like a super rare of somebody, and it was like the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've won one before. I won my Nicholas Madsen card was a 1 of 10 and rewarded to me before a rare or a limited had even been sold. And they were like, tier 2. Done.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens.
I mean, that can certainly work in your favor, but it's probably not going to.
Right. Usually the cards are going down.
Yeah.
Sharky 21. Rewards are fun, but there are fantasy games that don't have them. Question is, how does Sorare grow to the scale of FPL? And does the community need to take ownership over part of that growth? I don't think it's our job to sell this game. Sorare feels differently, but...
Yeah, I see multiple people just comparing this to FPL when, again, the rewards are kind of an expected part of the game when you're paying money to acquire cards.
Are there any fantasy games that you have to buy something to win nothing? Surely the answer is no. That's the difference here. Anyway. Major NFT said if they only do straight essence wins, then it makes things interesting. See, it doesn't though, because you can get really crappy essence crafts too. Despite all of his advice, Andy has crafted some terrible cards recently. Saved up his essence.
Shut up.
And was like, nah, I'll let other people get the good cards.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Andy. But like the essence part of it almost exasperates the problem because it's now 2 places that we can get screwed.
Right.
I would just like them to like show us somehow that they really are working on this, because we've been told for 2 and 3 years that they are, and that it's a top priority. And the fact that stuff like the Tadic thing can still happen is like, I wonder what their bottom priority things.
To be fair, nobody won him.
You're right.
But had you and Sean or whoever, Harry, or if you guys didn't say anything, would somebody have won him?
Ahead of Yamal. And like second place got Yamal and first place got, I don't know.
You guys should have kept quiet. It would have been fun to see. Little experiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, I listened to your show yesterday. I wasn't able to catch it live, but I listened to it last night, and I thought it was perfect. Regarding SO11, agreed with most of chat, most of what you said. In fact, I think that for people with big galleries, they have two real options. The first is they can play and they can smash. The second is it's probably a good exit opportunity because people are going to have to get more cards. There's going to be lots of exit liquidity for big galleries. But I don't think that the right strategy for Sorare should be to continue fleecing existing managers. Like, let's grow the game instead of like keeping it in this small bucket and just trying to like get more out of the people that we have here. Which that's kind of what in season is doing. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with it. I think that whole concept is fine, but to like exasperate that even further, not a fan.
I think the other kind of thing that I didn't touch on yesterday is that it makes it much not harder to start playing, but it takes more time to acquire 15 cards than 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, hey, you like Rivals? Oh, you just won that Rivals card? Buy 14 more cards to make one lineup in one of our 74 competitions.
Dude, I would be exhausted buying 14 cards to make one lineup. 14.
Would you do one a day for 14 days to get your Rivals tickets?
Oh, man.
The 2-week onboarding.
Jesus. You know, that's the other thing that you had mentioned. You had talked about subs. And, you know, in one way, like you said that like not having subs would be the dumbest thing you could possibly do, or the dumbest idea or something like that. But then I thought about it a little bit. I was like, or it could be like the ultimate way of introducing variance into this game. Do we want more variance?
So I don't think that variance is worth the multiple.
That's not good variance.
Yeah. Is that okay? Poor variance there.
Yeah.
Sora Malta said you don't win cards in Rivals anymore. Come on. That's the point.
Yeah.
You don't win anything.
I just think it'd be fun to roll my Michael Bradley, who I know is going to start, and then you get a DNP on some guy that you were expecting to score a goal. And I just keep chugging along past old Laird over there with my Michael Bradleys.
I'm going to guess that Michael Bradley is not getting you anything.
Well, who's like the MLS equivalent of Michael Bradley?
Dax.
Black. Dax McCarty, yeah.
Andy, do you know what you can win in Rivals boxes now?
I'll be honest, I don't. More
What do you
Rivals
think-
tickets for sure.
What's that?
More Rivals tickets for sure.
So I'm just looking right now for the 2 missions. I have Light Box and Basic Box, and then the Rivals Reward Box. What do you think the most amount of essence you can win in any of them is?
3.
Andy, you guessed too high.
No, really?
So the Light Box is 80% for another arena ticket.
Look up the black box. They have black boxes.
Like this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best one?
Yeah. 2.
Ouch.
I have 183 Rivals tickets now. And I struggle to want to use them. I actually have this problem that every time I get to 178, I win like 5. Like I can never get below 178, no matter how much I play.
So Laird, there are other boxes.
Oh, okay.
There's elite boxes. There's premium boxes.
Great. Where do I find those?
You need to go to Rivals, Squads, look at the different divisions there. And I think you can win those if you're in if you're in a higher division. But the elite box, you can win a star limited, 1% chance.
Okay. That's for Division 1?
That's for Division 1 of Squads. I would assume Division 1 of like a regular Rivals division probably is something similar.
Okay.
I don't know that.
Stand corrected. Stand corrected.
With that said, you can win. That same box is 45% chance at 10 limited essence, 10% chance at 20, and then you can win tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, all the way up to star.
Yeah. All right. So what the hell are we complaining about? Let me get back into Rivals. Shout out to Mikey Basson and Tuggy, top of my my squad. You know what's amazing? Tuggy consistently finishes in the top 3 of our squad and never has a positive score differential. He must get set up against the absolute worst Rivals players in the history of fantasy sports.
Yeah, or he's just like a total volume boy, like he's playing so many games and, he's like 50-50 in most of them.
I guess. Jens said, in Pro, I think next season the odds will be a bit higher. They started this season way too high, and now they've gone too low, which Behab wrote as well. Did you read that article? That Medium post?
I think I read his first one that he did. I kind of made it a point. I'm not going to read any Medium articles over this international break. There's too many of them out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taking a stand against Medium on
Well,
the internet.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm taking a stand. Not having it. Peter, you better not even think about it.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
I don't know why I find that so funny, but it's all about pizza.
Okay.
Looking for food said I read that article and now I want pizza. It was excellent.
It is interesting that Looking for Food wants pizza.
Right?
Yeah.
Tuggy said Medium articles take time away from the bird watching.
Maybe.
Would you listen to a Medium article?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Some new content.
Yeah. Maybe you could just read them. You could read them on stream, like the whole thing verbatim.
Just the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll go on I'll walk my dog and just listen to the Medium article. You can explain all the charts and graphs.
So this one has a little blue on the outside and then turns
the x-axis is days.
Yeah. The first data point is 3 and 4. Lairdinho said that means you're secretly writing your own Medium post.
Ooh. Maybe.
Mike is signing you up for the audio versions of all Medium posts.
Man, I don't know about that.
That one was excellent, though. I highly recommend.
Do you want to give us just a synopsis real quick?
It all
Cliff
came
notes, so I
down.
don't have to read it.
It basically all came down to. It was almost written more for Sorare, like, hey, here's how to fix your problem. But the most important part is that they think Essence will be increased for next season, but also that it needs to be distributed very differently, or else we have a big problem. And which is something that Peter said a while ago, that tying Essence to number of entries instead of total number of Essence and then distributing that to however many entries you have, like, that's the problem. And I don't want to say maybe that's something that should have been thought of before they introduced everything, because I'm no game economist. But it sounds like they should have thought of this before. Yeah. So that's all. And the charts were actually quite nice. They weren't very complex.
Love a good chart.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up. Not the whole thing. I'm not going to read it.
Ryan said this is like being back at school. I didn't read it. Just give me the main parts.
Yeah. Cliff notes. Those still exist?
I think they do. I think it's all on the web now.
Could I drop a link into like ChatGPT and have it summarize it for me? Or is it
probably. Yeah. I just remember in high school, I did not want to read Great Expectations. Like, that book was such a drag. I hated it, and I bought the Cliff Notes for it. But then I realized I have to actually read the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, the Cliff Notes had to be read too. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of horrible.
Sorry, I'm just writing. Can you please summarize this Medium article for me? Searching the web. It seems I wasn't able to access the article.
I guess you could copy and paste the contents of it into ChatGPT.
This is ridiculous. It seems I wasn't able to access the Medium article directly. However, if you'd like, you can provide a brief overview or highlight specific sections you're interested in, and I'd be happy to break it down or summarize based on the details you share. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah, Control A, Control C, Control V.
Jeez. I don't think it'll... maybe it will take the charts. Let's see. Okay, fine. Here it is. Wow. The article discusses the Essence feature in Sorare, a fantasy platform, addressing 3 main issues. 1, the challenge of balancing Essence distribution with card rewards. 2, the need for consistency in the value of Essence per card tier. And 3, the problem with guaranteed card tiers in crafting. Using pizza as an analogy, the author suggests restructuring how Essence and rewards are calculated to better manage expectations and maintain reward sustainability for users. The proposed solution involves controlling Essence distribution based on the finite availability of reward cards. I take it back. That was actually really good summary. Anyway, Ryan said ChatGPT is the one who did their homework that doesn't want to share it with anyone else. Here, I'll even show you one of the charts. Actually, my favorite whole part of this whole thing was that it's like a very serious conversation about Essence, and then it just says, name a better looking cartoon pizza.
Yeah, is that, what is that, a very goofy movie or something?
Something like that, yeah. Here's some charts. Some lines and colors, but there was one, where's the cone one? There, oh no, that's not it, but that was a good one. It was great. Highly recommend anyone to take it back or take it back.
I do love how it always seems like Sorare community, like I gotta be careful how I say it.
Does all the work?
No, and I don't think it's they care more than Sorare does about the product, but like I see something like that, I'm like, I wonder if they have any charts like that internally. Clearly, a lot of work went into that.
Yeah, surely. Yeah. I don't know is the answer. I do believe that the people who work at Sorare care like deeply about it.
Sure.
But there there are things that I care deeply about that I don't really.
You got to be careful. Hey,
Yeah,
you got to be careful what you say
I'm,
here.
I'm just gonna stop. I love Sorare. I absolutely love it.
I thought you were going to say, I love my wife. I love her.
Oh yeah. Also love my wife. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I have no idea what they look at, and it's like it doesn't. I don't like. They're in no, or I'm in no position. We're all in no position that like we need to find like know what they're doing. Frankly, I don't care. Just fix the reward pools.
There you go. Yes.
In fact, I would even say it would be a gigantic red flag if they were like, here's everything we've been doing. What do you guys think? And it'd be like, oh God, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. What do you think about this survey? Do you think that they are actually considering permanent cap 260 and SO7, SO11, or is it just like we hear you, and these are the ideas we've heard?
I didn't see the survey.
Oh.
So they talked about cap 260?
I think it was permanent cap 260.
In all like regions?
No. Like as a all-star almost.
Ah, okay. I was thinking, how am I going to play Biscagli ever?
No. Somebody, I think somebody shared like a link to the actual survey because it was just like popping up on like for some users. Does anybody have the link? I thought we had it. But yeah, here's one of them. Which of the following Sorare Pro Classic competitions would you be most excited about? And you can select up to 2, Andy. No, I'm happy with the current Classic comps, permanent 260, SO7, SO11.
Man, I hope permanent 260 did very well on that one. Please.
Oh, wait, here we go. There it is. If you want to do the quiz. Let's see.
Which Sorare Pro competitions you care about and focus on more? Let's say both about the same. Yeah.
That's not.
We need love on both sides.
So, but like I care about both, but I focus on in-season more.
Get out of here. We like both.
Which of the following Sorare Pro Classic competition would you be most excited about? Which is exactly what we were just talking about, but they seem to have added tactics selection similar to Rivals.
I like tactics and I like 260. You don't like tactics, do you?
I have a negative experience. Like I have a negative feeling towards tactics only because when they changed the UI on Rivals, where like it was like make your lineup and then you had to click to do your tactics instead of just going to next. And I ended up with Tiki Taka so many times, and they should just make Gengen pressing the default so that we'd all be happy. But yeah, I don't think any of the 4 non-keep it as it is are better than what they are now. Like if it's I'm happy with the current ones, like I'm fine with them, but I don't think any of these are better. Like tactics for every competition.
It does. I mean, does it need to be for everyone? If it is, like, sure, I would be all aboard if that was part of every competition, because it's another differential, and it's another thing that people can like strategize on. So like, hey, this is my heavy tackles lineup where we're gonna win lots of duels. So I don't know. It's another aspect of the game that keeps people entertained, keeps people strategizing, because we talk about how the game's. I've heard you talk about how the game's grown stale, or people have talked about that on your stream this week. How the game has grown stale. I think that's something that if you introduced it to Pro would make things very not stale immediately.
I believe the word you were looking for is fresh.
Damn. You're right.
Yeah. How fair do you think in-season competition rewards are? Note, you can elaborate on how you define fair in the next question. Very fair, somewhat fair, not at all fair, no opinion / don't care.
I think in season is done very well because when it comes to valuations, it's hard to mess those up.
Yeah, I agree.
2 is more than 1.
You said that in-season rewards are very fair. Please briefly share more. I think they are very fair, but more would always be great.
Of course, yes.
By the way, Mike said, don't let Black near the survey. Remember last time. What was last time?
I don't know. We did a survey, though, and it took us like 4 hours.
Oh.
Or it felt like it took 4 hours.
Server said, if implemented into SO5, do you think Tactics adds variance or is a win more feature for elite cards? I'm not really sure. I think it might be win more. I do think it's fun in Rivals. Why would it help elite cards more? Like, don't you need to get whatever you're doing?
Well, like if Mbappe gets 100 and has 4 shots on goal because he scored 4 goals, and you chose all-out attack, you're winning more. It's a win more. You're getting more points. But I don't think that like you'll see that a lot. Like I think that like especially with like Gangan pressing, you're gonna have lineups where those guys they win a lot of duels, but that they may not have decisives. They may not have huge scores, but you're gonna hit your tactic.
Mm-hmm. Andy, how fair do you think classic competition rewards are? Very fair, somewhat fair, not at all fair. I'm not even going to read the last one.
It's a tough one because I think that I think the rewards are fair, but I think that the tiering of the rewards are not fair.
I love that response.
If that makes any sense at all.
We can elaborate on how we define fair.
Yeah.
I believe how did they, it's a weird, I think the rewards are fair in terms of number of places per tier, but your player pools for each tier seem bad.
When in doubt, honesty's best, Laird.
Right? That's what we're here for. How fair do you think Rivals rewards are?
Define fair, right?
No, we define fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free-to-play game, so like they don't have to give anything.
Yeah.
I think that's all for them. Like, that's all for them to decide what they feel like is fair.
We just want to give them a taste. The first one is free. Then we get them. Right?
Not we, they, right? That's what their thought process should be.
That's it. Anything else you'd like to share?
Go fuck. I don't know.
Please fix the reward pools. All right. Helping the community.
Why did only some people get that?
It was, I don't know. I don't think it was targeted to certain people on Sorare. Adrian replied to a tweet that said that. I think it was Adrian. Well, it was definitely Adrian, but I don't know if it was. It's a weird how I said that. I don't know if it was targeted or it was untargeted, but like there were people that it went to. Not everybody got it. But I don't know.
Tuggy said I killed All-Star Rare Pro.
So did Mike. They both
Mike did
believe that.
Fist bump, Mike.
How do you feel about the one who killed All-Star Rare Pro and Thresholds?
Like, how do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
The
do
two
it.
things that
Nicholas
everybody
did
loved
it.
in this game are gone because of you, Andy
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah. Well, if it upsets some people, then I feel good for that. I think it's funny because I think it's more that we speculated that it was happening, right?
Which one?
Both of them.
Both, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what? I think
We said the thing that nobody wanted to say
Hmm.
out loud. We said it out loud.
I actually think it was Maxime who first brought up Rare Pro leaving.
Mm.
I think he was the first one that was like, I don't think Sorare likes this. And we're like, of course they do. And then they can't that chart. And it was like, just follow this easy progression. And it was like this, and then it was like Rare Pro. And you were just like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
What?
We gonna ever have a topic on progression again?
No.
Where we can try to convince people to progress into super rares?
April 1st, 2025, we'll do a whole show about super rare progressing to super rares.
Does that fall on a Thursday? Are you gonna have to go through that with Sean on a Monday?
Looks like a Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's a hairy trade show. Or is that Gator? Either way, have fun.
Depends on the week.
Yeah.
Talking about, let's talk about the regression bar.
Mm. Or regression instead of progression. Like going from super rare to rare.
Or super rare to limited, even. No? There was a tweet here. Let's see. It was, here we go. Nope. Here we go. It was from our good friend Pap. It was actually in response to that Medium post. But he said, why does Essence exist? For 5 years, the community pushed for a progress bar, which is essentially what Essence is today. The genius of not calling it a progress bar is that you're not implying that there will be any progress. In fact, it goes backwards if you wait. I read that and I was like, oh.
Why do you think they didn't just do the progress bar?
Because it's boring.
And Essence is not boring.
Correct. Essence is exciting.
To be fair, we had a whole show on you crafting different liquids into. Did you have beakers?
I had like mason jars, really. It was,
Okay. Well, that was fun.
It was like a moonshine version of Essence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what would we have done for a progress bar?
Hmm.
You can't make entertaining.
No, we could have done a good bit with you, like bench pressing and then like adding more weights and doing more. You're progressing.
Oh.
Yeah. Or like you jumping. You had the jump onto the cube. The what do they call it?
It's a box.
Yeah, the box jumping.
Yeah. We could have done a bar too, like the opposite of what's the why am I?
Like a limbo.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, it's actually more like a limbo now because it keeps getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
Dougie said that show is offensive to basically chemists. I guess. Look at this. Bulut.
If it's balut, is that the same as the goose egg? Balut has an A in it, I think.
Is that a food?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like a goose egg. I think, didn't we talk about that as like one of the grosser foods in Asia? It's like a goose egg, and like you eat the whole goose.
I just looked it up. That was balut, B-A-L-U-T. This is B-U. Thank you for coming in. This might be your last time. Yeah, balut is a Filipino dish with a fertilized duck egg that is boiled or steamed and eaten from the shell.
Yeah.
And I would not Google that for pictures if I was anybody else.
I mean, it's like a delicacy there. They love it. Imagine, just put a little Tabasco on that, Laird.
Balut, help me guess that with balut. Balut? Balut? I don't know. I mean, I guess I shouldn't talk down on other people's food preferences.
Have you ever
I
had?
literally ate a Butterfinger before I got here, so
Yeah. Do you ever eat raw oysters?
I don't actually.
They're not good, right?
I don't enjoy them, so I don't eat them.
But if you put a little Tabasco or some hot sauce on them or something, they're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have higher standards to what I want to eat than like basically fine.
An elitist over there. Look at you.
No, but I
Yeah.
prefer to just eat food that I like instead of things that I'm just like, it's basically fine. Is that what you said? Basically fine?
Yeah, it was probably words like that. Yeah.
But like, why would you need to eat something that's just basically fine? Like, in what situation you're only like, all they got is raw oysters and Tabasco?
I don't know. You start drinking and other people are doing it, you know, a little peer pressure and down the hatch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't.
Grilled oysters are pretty good, like on the half shell.
Yeah, they're better. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird thing that I find about like raw oysters is that even the way that you consume them is meant to almost like ignore the actual eating process. Like it's just like open up, down the hatch. You're not chewing anything. It's barely
like
in your mouth. Like what?
You know, you're not drinking. You're You're just swallowing.
Yeah, and it just seems like a weird way to like consume food to me.
Yeah. Ryan wants to know your favorite seafood.
So I will say that I'm not like, I don't have like a wide range of seafood that I love. I really like shellfish, as weird as that sounds, since I literally just said I can't stand oysters. I think my favorite is probably shrimp.
Shrimp's good. Now, do you like it? Do you like it grilled, fried, scampi?
Yes. Never had a bad shrimp. Himmer Thompson said we have terrible oyster takes.
I get it.
More for you. Oh, Mikey Bastard, what are you doing?
God, I love
Mike raised the level of comments in the live chat that I can't show on screen. Not that I can't. It's just like
Vice says any clam chowder, which I've got a confession to make. I've never had clam chowder. I've always been afraid of it.
Wow. Okay. Where do we start? Is it both? You fear both of them?
Well, I've had clams before. What's both? What's a chowder?
There's New England clam chowder, and then is it Manhattan clam chowder, which is more like a tomato base? So which one do you picture when you picture clam chowder?
The white one.
Okay, so that's New England. What do you fear about it?
Well, it was more of like growing up as a kid. I feared it because it was like, oh, we're mixing fish and soup. It just seemed bad.
Huh. So you're like out on all fish?
No,
soup.
not out on. I would probably love good New England clam chowder, but I've just never tried it.
You just never. Okay.
And you know, the other part of it is like, if I'm gonna try it, I want a good version of it. I don't want to go and get like Campbell's soup can and it's got like dead fish in it and I'm pouring it into a bowl.
I just want to warn you that excellent clam chowder also has dead fish in it.
Yeah.
So when we go to the Revs game next season, so you can heckle Carlos Heel in person. We'll get some clam chowder.
Oh, we're going to a Revs game next year?
Yeah, we are.
I guess I've always wanted to go to Boston, although they don't play in Boston.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if you want to go to Boston, we can't go to a Revs game.
How far is it from Boston?
Foxborough to Boston. Let's see.
It's got to be within like an hour or something.
We haven't pulled a map up on this show in a while.
It's map time.
Did you say an hour?
I did.
Look at you. 59 minutes.
That's with
Heavy
traffic.
traffic right now, though. Yeah, there it is.
How many miles is that? 29 miles. It takes an hour?
Yeah, it's a little traffic here. Heavily trafficked here near Milton.
Now, living in the Northeast, Laird, have you gone to Boston?
Sure.
Is it worth the trek?
Yeah, it is.
Did you go? You went to like a Red Sox game or something, I imagine.
I have gone to a Red Sox game, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Quincy Market downtown. Yeah, I mean, if you want to feel like real old American, you go to downtown Boston. You feel
Okay.
it. Yeah. Tuggy's right. Has some good food. Mike says, can't you just wait until the Revs come to St. Louis? The point is the clam chowder, though.
Yeah. They're not going to bring the clam chowder with them.
Yeah. Let's not be ridiculous here. Oh, hold on. Ryan Dean. Sorry. Himmer Thompson. Great history, walkable, great food, good weekend trip. There you go.
Perfect. I'm in.
We agree on all of that.
I'm in.
You can't walk to the Revs stadium.
They also have the lobster rolls there, right? They're kind of well known for that.
It's like further. Well, yeah, it's fine.
Probably more like Portland, Maine, or something.
Maine's the lobster hub. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Bulat here, currently in Australia, but also lived in Boston for 3 years. It is cold in the summer. It's in the summer, in the winter. In the Australian summer, Boston's cold. Although somebody told me the other day that they don't change, like they don't adjust the season name so that it's, and I don't believe them, but maybe Bulat here can confirm. In the warmer months, I'll say in Australia, is it summer or winter? Because I just assume the warmer ones are summer. So like their summer is, December to.
I feel like you're wrong, but
I don't know.
I feel like you're wrong.
No. What I believe is that when it's, I'll call it, December 21st to March 21st.
How about this? When it's hot, it's summer.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But somebody told me the other way, and I was like, I just don't believe you.
What a liar.
I don't believe you. The toilet thing, I believe.
That it goes backwards?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the other way. Who are we to say which is forward and which is backwards, Andy?
Yeah.
Other than you just said it. So, yeah. That's why we celebrate Christmas in July, because it's our winter. Who knew Christmas in July, Andy? Do you think they've just decided? Well, I guess I was going to say, because you can't like just change Jesus's birthday, but Christmas is not actually. It's just when we celebrate Jesus's birthday.
I think they don't know, right? I don't know when his real birthday is.
So I totally took that as like Southern Hemisphere people don't know.
Oh,
like, yeah, they don't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. They don't know when.
Why would they know?
Born. Yeah.
Skozer said my friend in Australia got heat stroke in a Santa suit. Does St. Louis have like Santa cons?
A what?
Santa con. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever experienced, having not actually fully experienced it yet. It happens in New York. I mean, it happens in lots of places, but New York, it's like huge, where all of these people dress up as Santa and just get absolutely shit canned all day.
Okay.
And it's like a bar crawl, but like everyone is dressed as Santa.
Huh. I thought that you were going to say that they like competed to be the best Santa, and like it was like the best beard, the best suit, the best old man look.
They might,
The best reindeer team.
but like this is like it's just a lot of people dressed as Santa. And I think some people take some liberties.
Yeah, do the women get like slutty Santa outfits and stuff?
Not just the women.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Progress bar. You got some Grinches. Mike said they have that in the UK all of December. Just Santa's everywhere.
Never known.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've gone from fixing the reward pools to clam chowder to SantaCon. Is there anything else we need to touch on today?
No, I do need to prioritize getting or no, I should not try clam chowder until I go to New England, right?
I really wouldn't. I wouldn't chance it, Andy.
Okay.
You don't want to overcome your fear with like a low level clam chowder area.
Yeah, so if I go to our cafeteria and they've got the steaming pot of clam chowder,
Stay away. What is the most popular soup near you?
Probably like a, I don't know. Like, what do you mean, like near me?
Is there like a popular regional soup? The answer could be no.
I think it is kind of no.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of like popular soups, like a broccoli cheddar or like a tomato soup or, I don't know, something basic like a vegetable soup.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, nothing like regional to our maybe like a uh, uh, like a French onion soup or something. But yeah,
You're very far from France.
yeah, but it's Saint Louis.
Touche, you win.
Yeah.
Soup talk. What Tuggy's been waiting for his whole Sorare career.
Tuggy is a soup guy for sure.
He is a connoisseur, if you will.
Yeah.
Ryan said the first clam chowder has to be on a Sorare data show shortly, but he actually said first clam chowder, which it's actually kind of like how it sounds when you say it there. Ryan said it's like your essence theory: don't craft a bad card, don't eat a bad clam chowder.
I love that. Jen's mentioned potato soup with sausage pieces. I'm actually making potato soup tomorrow.
Let's go.
And I have both sausage that I wasn't going to use for the potato soup as like a Polish sausage. I was going to use bacon as like a, I was going to add a little bacon grease and bacon to it. But I wonder maybe I can do both. I don't know.
Is
that crazy? Is that crazy to do both?
You definitely got to do both.
Okay.
Like a kielbasa?
Yeah.
God, that sounds great.
And it's getting chilly here. I don't know, but I assume New York's the same way. It's getting kind of chilly, or wherever you're at.
It's soup season.
Starting to get chilly up there.
Yeah, it is definitely becoming soup season.
What about chili?
So I actually thought you were going to say chili, and I was going to start a conversation whether chili is actually a soup.
I don't know. I won't try to answer that. But it is definitely chili season, and I've got an entire family, except for one kid now, that is starting to come around on chili. But the rest of my family won't eat chili. I never get chili unless like I go out to lunch or something and like order chili. I don't get chili.
Wow.
Yeah, or if I bring like a crappy like lunch chili thing to work and heat it up, which sucks.
I have chili at least once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you guys make it in a crock pot all day?
What's that?
You have it like making a crock pot all day, or?
No. Well, I have like a big like soup pot that I tend to use for it.
Okay.
But all different kinds. Beef. I actually tend to eat ground chicken now instead of turkey. White, dark. It's there's so many. Yeah.
Do you have a good like beanless recipe?
Beanless?
Yeah, no beans.
I tend not to. My chili is basically just ground beef and
Really?
spices. Yeah.
See, and that's the like my oldest daughter and my wife. That's like the main reason they won't eat chili is because they hate beans so much.
Yeah.
And
Just put them in.
I've yet to come across like a recipe that was like I made one time and I was like, this is basically just like
Sloppy Joes in a bowl.
It's like it's like sloppy joes in a bowl. Like what are we doing here? Now a white chili with like noodles instead of beans, like that can work kind of nice. And chicken, obviously.
Yeah. I'll do it with like a pulled chicken. You usually need like white beans for that though. So like some jalapeno. Oh man, I'm so hungry now.
Fraxy said, "We talking chalupa chili? What is that?" Why is that so funny? The way I said it?
No, because he's a Midtjylland guy.
Oh.
I think I have his jersey mint. Hell yeah, I do. There he is. There's Chile.
He's not from Chile, though.
No, Zimbabwe. I'm hungry too, Ryan. Maybe I'll go eat.
I already ate. I'm good.
You're good.
It's like way too late for you to eat lunch anyways.
Yeah, it's awkward now.
Yeah.
It's not even early dinner. It's like
you'll just have to scoop up some of the Butterfinger bits that you've spilled all over your desk and eat those.
I already did it. Already, just a little. There's probably some on the floor, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. If anybody is interested in a free 72-hour star membership to Sorare Data, leave a comment below with your favorite soup. And if it's a good one, the recipe too. That's helpful.
Yeah.
And we'll get you
or a beanless chili.
Or a beanless chili. Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe just that. Forget the other soups. And if you're in the northeast of the United States, wherever your favorite clam chowder spot is. Thank you to everybody. Don't forget to get your steps in.
Welcome to the SorareAndrews show, where we talk fantasy football, but you never know. We'll start with the game, but we'll soon go astray on topic discussions that's replay. We'll analyze the teams, the formation and goals, but in no time we'll digress into other roles, talking about our favorite foods and the shows we've seen, our opinions aloud and our voices on me. It's the SorareAndrews show. Anything goes, from then football to rock and roll. We may start with the pitch, but it's just a small part. We'll venture off topic, let the conversation spark. It's the SorareAndrews show.